keeping your ear close to the ground. It's what soldiers did back in the day to detect enemy movement. And it's what Mahindra has done to its soldier turned city boy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PowerDrift and welcome to the new Thar. I say new Thar, but the one thing Mahindra hasn't changed about the Thar is its off-road capability, and honestly, no complaints there. It was pretty insane off-road. What they have done instead is taken every single other complaint that all of us had and addressed them. A rear wiper and washer, a touchscreen from 2025, 5 alloy wheels and a new rear view camera, better switches and materials, an adjustable armrest, wireless charging, and finally, door-mounted window switches with a one-touch operation for the driver. While they were at it, Mahindra's also thrown in a dead pedal. I know this is revolutionary stuff for a car in 2025, and an equally revolutionary change is the fuel filler cap that can now be opened with the press of a button on the inside. There are a couple more changes to talk about. First is the steering wheel, which is, yes, a new steering wheel, and you get great new controls at the back for the indicators and the wipers, which are a welcome change. But the steering system itself hasn't changed, so it is a bit vague and a bit heavy to operate at low speeds, which is exactly what I'm doing. That means that you will probably still see these cars in all of those crash reels online. Because the drivers just don't know where they're headed. It's a bit, all over the place. It's not the driver's fault, of course. The second update is for all of you who have sat in the back of a 3-door Thar, and there's good news and bad news. The bad news is that the suspension system is still the same, so it is expected to be slightly bouncy and unsettled out on the road. It is though very impressive off-road. But the good news is that you now get AC vents, so you will not be sweating while you are bouncing around, and you can also charge your phone via a Type-C port, which is nice. The ride might be bouncy, but things are pretty stable under the hood because the new Thar is powered by the same M-Stallion and M-Hawk engines, along with the same 6-speed manual and automatic transmission options. Mahindra's A-game is its engines, if I'm honest, and on this Thar facelift, they have left it unchanged. No complaints from me because both the turbo petrol and the turbo diesel were great fits for the Thar, and they always have been. That's not to say I have no complaints about this car, but let's talk about the updates first and how well or not well they work. The touchscreen is responsive and crisp. The camera is high resolution with dynamic lines, and even though storage under the armrest is minimal, it is a welcome addition. And that actually brings me nicely onto some more additions that would have been welcome here, especially since this is the first proper update to the Thar in the last 5 years. Stuff like ventilated seats, LED headlights, a nicer sound system, and like I said earlier, improvements to the steering and suspension setup would have really sealed the deal. When a company updates a product or a car in this case, it's a great insight into whether that company has been keeping their ear to the ground, listening for customer feedback. It's what keeps good businesses alive through thick and thin. And while the old new Thar was already very good and a big step forward for Mahindra, it still had a lot of nagging issues that put together made it a deal breaker for some people. The aftermarket did plug a lot of those gaps for existing owners, but now, straight from the factory, most of those issues are gone. So if you already own a Thar, I would suggest keep it. You're not really missing out on too much. But if you've been itching to buy one, circling and waiting for that reel to make you famous, there's never been a better time to buy a Thar. Honestly, it's so impressive what the Thar can do with minimal driver input. Like, you don't have to do anything, you just have to point it in the right direction, and it's like, these are pretty serious humps that we are going over, but not a scrape at all. Action! A rear wiper and washer